Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this video, we are making simple fudge brownies. Now, while it's simple to make, you can see here I just used the box. It actually is much more difficult than I anticipated. I watched other videos and they made it seem like it was really easy. I'd never done brownies or really any dessert. That's not true. I've done a few other desserts on the Blackstone and they all went really, really well. This one actually was a little bit challenging. And so we're going to talk about it. This is a normal brownie box that you can grab right from any store, any grocery store. The setup is real simple. I did go out and buy a few extra things for this cook, but you can see you're just going to mix the eggs, the brownie batter, the oil, and the water together. You mix it up, and then you will put it in an aluminum pan. Now, you want to make sure that you are putting it in an aluminum pan. I use disposable. It makes life much easier. Now, I should say that these brownies actually turned out and tasted great once we finally got our hands on them, but it wasn't as simple as I thought it would be. It took much longer than I anticipated. In fact, this entire cook took 2 hours, and this is time lapse. I'm not doing, I don't normally mix this fast, but it took over 2 hours to do. And we're going to talk about some of the reasons why I think it took so long and how you could actually do this without losing your mind. Also, what you'll see in this video is you'll see you'll see a time lapse. You'll see it as it gets closer to being done. Normally, if you cook brownies, it'll take like a half an hour or so in the oven. I think that part of the reason why it took so long, two reasons. One, it was only about 30 or 40 degrees when I was cooking it. And two, I followed the advice of other YouTubers and actually had the pan, the thing that was cooking the brownies, I actually had it elevated. And you'll see here, once this warms up and everything, that I put a little rack down to elevate it because that's what other people did. Now, when I did this, it didn't actually work out great for me. So you'll see that. And at the end of the video, you'll actually see that I put I put the brownie tin or aluminum pan right on the Blackstone griddle, and it actually cooked much faster. As you can see, I put this little grate down. I grabbed it right from the grocery store. It's supposed to elevate, and I think this is part of the reason why it took so long to cook. Now, it's weird because the top cooked well and then the bottom didn't, and so I had to go back and make some changes. As you can see here, I just used regular cooking spray, being lazy, trying to cut corners. I cooked this. I warmed up my griddle on high for 15 minutes as normal, and I cooked this on medium heat. Not too hot, not too cold. In hindsight, I probably should cook this all the way at medium. The other thing that the other YouTube videos recommend is that you place a cover over top of the aluminum tin, as you can see there. Now, as you can see, real simple. You're going to obviously put the batter or the brownie mix right into your aluminum tin. Now, the cool thing with these tins is they're disposable. It won't take a bunch of your time. You don't have to worry about cleaning them as well. But you can see just putting it in, real simple process. Just follow the brownie mixture instructions, and then you can set it on. Now, obviously, I'm not going to make you watch the entire 2 hours, but this is basically the process of getting everything up and running relatively quickly. And then once I have emptied out the entire batter onto that aluminum tin, I'm just going to place it on that grate and then place the cover over. Of course, when you're cooking brownies, you have to get a little bit of a taste for yourself to make sure that it tastes okay. All right, so now that we've got that, you're just going to see me place it on the grate, and then just a quick time lapse of me moving through and showing you the different stages, because not a lot of people will show you the stages. If you're going to do this for the first time, you want to know what to expect. And in this video, I give you a good idea of what to expect. You can see there, I try and get as much batter onto the cooking tin as possible so that we can have as many brownies as possible. Now that it's on the grate, you're going to see, really, it just cooks. There is one example of it in progress. Now, I don't remember, I checked it every 15 minutes in the very beginning. Because I thought it was only going to take about a half an hour, 45 minutes. But like I said, I want to take in closer to 2 hours. And you can see in the very beginning, there's actually really no movement at all. Not a whole lot being done there. But if you look here, let's see, it starts to get done a little bit. You can start to see it. In fact, my edges, the outside of the brownie mix, so I guess we'll just call it brownies, it started to set up much quicker than the inside and the top. And towards the end of this, you'll see I'll actually have two supervisors in this video. My first supervisor will grab a toothpick and they run the toothpick test. You can see there every 15 minutes I try and check it. But then it was Sunday, football was on, so I kind of got a little bit lazier. And you can see the edges are starting to set up just a little bit on that one. But, you know, we kind of just delayed it longer and longer because I was really surprised at how long this took. Now, part of the problem, again, is I think that I didn't have it setting directly on the griddle. There's supervisor one. Checking it out, seeing that it's not even close. There's me seeing that it's starting to set up just a little bit, me getting antsy. And I didn't have it high enough. Again, I cooked this on medium heat. Going back, I would have cooked it on high heat. Supervisor number one back in, checking again. I think this is about every 15 to 20 minutes once again. And we're seeing that actually when we think about it, what we found was the bottom was struggling to get cooked the most. And then that's when we decided to take it right off this little riser thing, we can call it, but you can see there every 15 minutes I'm checking, and it turned out good. It was done once we finished it, but I was just really surprised at how long it took. I didn't anticipate it taking 2 hours, and I think we probably could have cut that time maybe in half if we put the brownie right on the griddle, as I mentioned a few times now. But you can see here, supervisor number one checking my work, not pleased. Kids are asking, where is the brownies we were promised? And I gotta make this cook faster, as you can see here. But you can see it's the outside's done. I take it off the riser. I put the cover back on, and you can see it's really close. It's just turned out that the bottom was not so done. Supervisor number two made a guest appearance right there. You can see once again it's done. It just, you know, at the bottom it wasn't setting up correctly. And then finally we made the decision, this thing is probably going to be as good as it gets. You can see there the finished product. It turned out good. It was moist, it was soft, it was everything that you'd want in a brownie.